Hey, it's James Nicholson and welcome to my channel. Let's talk about May, the property update for May. I know you guys love this stuff. These are some of the most watched videos on this channel. So while you're here, make sure you do check out the other content, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. Now, why should you do that? Well, this channel is all about my journey of property investing with my two daughters, Georgia, who's 21, Emily, who's 1. And I want to take you on a journey. I want you to join us on this journey and see what's happening on our property investment journey. Now, we will take you behind the scenes. We'll show you the highs, the lows, and everything in between. So do make sure that you join us. Now, property, it's something that we're all interested in. We all live in houses, but as British people, we're always interested in how much our houses are worth. And the figures have just come out from the Land Registry, and the year-on-year annual growth up to today is 11%. So there's still some really strong growth throughout the UK. And that is something that we just really don't think is going to continue. I don't think that that's going to continue myself. It's just not sustainable to grow in double digits every single year. But right now, that has happened. Now, that for me as an investor is a good thing because my portfolio has gone up. But it does mean that new deals are obviously more expensive as well. So there's pros and cons in that. So house prices are up at 11% as an average, which is crazy. And the house prices are at the highest they've ever been. Now, other things to consider is interest rates have just gone up today. The Bank of England has put the interest rates up. So they're back to 1%. Now, that means that those people that are not on a fixed deal or that are on a variable interest rate are going to see their payments going up. Now, when there's inflation as well, costs are going up with petrol and everything in the supermarkets going up as well. Not good timing for people. And so the point of the interest rate rise is to try and curb this inflation that really is getting out of control. And they think that by the end of this year, the inflation will also be at 10%. So that's something that Joe Public has got to deal with. We all have to deal with that. It's the same for me and you. My gas prices have gone up significantly, so have my electric, so is the food that we buy as well. Petrol is obviously very expensive for those that drive petrol cars as well. So inflation is expected to continue to rise through this year to a peak at approximately 10%, which is very high. The target is around 2%. So to bring that down, the plan is to keep increasing interest rates throughout the year. So if you're on a variable rate or your deal is coming to an end, my suggestion to you guys is to get a secured deal, right? You can get some very good deals out there still and do get that deal secured for as long as you're comfortable, maybe 2 years or 5 years. But don't just wait for them to keep rising and then deal with it, right? Now is the time to act and to get that sorted. Now, with regards to investing, obviously investors on buy-to-lets, you normally have an interest-only mortgage, so payments are going to get more expensive if you're not on a fixed deal. So that will mean that eventually the market will have to cool off because the landlords are going to make less money. And so what that will mean is that there'll be less deals done, right? People will, I believe that deals will start to slow down. Now, house price wise, I don't think that we're going to have a crash this year. I'm not saying we're not going to have a crash in future, but I just don't feel that there's going to be a crash any point this year. I do think though that it's going to slow down this growth massively. So I think house price growth is going to slow down significantly. Savills think that by the end of the year, we're a bit at 3.5%, and that will be the annual growth. And that's pretty normal, right? And so that's a common thing that we think is all going to happen is house price growth will significantly decline. Let's see what else is going on in the market. So house prices have reached an average of £276,000, which is the highest they've ever been. Now, month-on-month change, what's going on month-on-month? Let's have a look at this. So Rightmove is saying that in the last month, prices have gone up 1.6%. But that's on listed, not sold, right? Nationwide are saying that they're seeing 0.3% increase in the last month, and Halifax are seeing 1.4%. So that compounds into that 11%. So Nationwide are seeing that slightly drop. to 0.3%. So I think that's where we're going to start getting down to like a 0.5% increase month over month fairly soon. Now, transactions and the speed of sale is still quite significant. So if we went back to the pandemic days, it was taking 88 days to sell a house, which is fairly long. But now, at the moment, in March, it took just 33 days to sell a house. So the market, the stuff that is on the market is selling fast. Which is interesting, right? And so it's really blitzing through. And so we've had all of 2021. They're selling faster than houses were selling in 2021, which was 38 days, right? So house prices are still selling fast, and that's why I don't think we're going to suddenly crash, because there is still a lot of demand. People can't get the stock that they want. So that's another thing. What else is going on? I think, like, on the whole, I think if you are an investor, it's still a very good time to buy. There's still good deals out there. But where you make your money as an investor is actually when you buy a property. And if you're worried about a market correction, is it going to correct? Yes. At some point, if you say there's going to be a crash in property, you will be right. There will always be a correction. But the correction's never as big as what people think. The 2008 correction wasn't like 30-40%, and it came back quite quickly. The only time that really needs to concern you is if you need to sell. So I teach people and advise people to buy and hold properties. So to buy investment properties that they're looking to keep for many, 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 many years. That's really where I feel that you should be doing it. So it doesn't really matter to you if the market did drop, because it will recover. And in that time, as long as your mortgage payment was the correct amount, and you made a margin on top, then you're making profit by being an investor. So I think that's what you really need to really get your mindset around, is it doesn't matter. And often when we buy deals, we make our money on the way into the deal. So as you know, our recent transaction was in Doncaster, bought it for 60. Hopefully it's going to be worth 100 once we get that revalued in a couple of weeks. And so if the market went down, it's not going to go down like that 40%. It's just not. So I'm quite comfortable that I'm going to get all of my money back from that deal. If not, I'll leave a small fraction in there, but I'm not massively concerned that the house prices are going to go down, because I've bought right at the first instance. So that's the most important thing, that you learn how to buy deals at the right price. That's the best skill you can get as an investor. Is now a good time for first-time buyers? It's getting tougher. The price has gone up. The mortgage rates and mortgage payments are going to go up. But still, it's always a good time to buy if you're in this for the long run. If you're looking to flip a deal, then that's where you could get a little bit more dangerous at the moment. Because, yeah, if the market did correct and it went down 5%, then you might find it difficult with the interest rates going up. And the market, if it did go down 5%, if you were looking to buy and flip a deal quite quickly, if you didn't have a good margin in there, then that could be difficult. Now, I want to know what you think about this. Do you think interest rates are going to continue to rise in 2022? Comment below in the comments. Also, do you think now's a good time to buy or not? Do you think we should be waiting and not buying at the moment? Please do comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And do join us on this journey. As I said, I'm buying 2 properties at the moment for my daughters. In fact, I've just come back from looking at one down the road, and we're going to put an offer in potentially on a property where we already own one in a flat, in a block of flats. I don't normally buy flats, but this one is potentially good because we already own another property in the same block, and it's only 4 properties in there, so it's not a big block. That would give us 50% ownership if we proceeded on that. So that's my thoughts on this. I thought you guys would be interested, and do comment below. Do quickly like the video, subscribe to the channel, guys. That really helps me. Hit the bell and check out the other videos. A video is going to come up here now on my recent auction purchase, so go and check that out. Thanks, guys. Bye for now.